Well, hi there. Warm welcome. You're watching Blueprint Explosive Exclusive and I'm Meghna Deka. Well, viewers, do star kids need a separate privacy law? On one hand, there is, of course, a lot of curiosity among fans to catch that one glimpse of their kids, of their favorite celebrities. And on the other hand, there are protective parents who also happen to be celebrities. So we ask, how much is too much? Is it an invasion of privacy to photograph without taking the consent of these stars, the pictures of their children? Or is this something that they have to accept with a pinch of salt? After all, it is part of the stardom that they enjoy as well as the fanfare. Well, the latest one, of course, has been that of Deepika Padukone. Remember, Deepika Padukone and Ranveer Singh, well, the power couple of Bollywood, they welcomed their first daughter, Dua, on the 8th of September last year. Like Virat and Anushka, even Ranveer and Deepika decided to not reveal the face of their daughter publicly. But at the Mumbai airport, a fan filmed Deepika and her daughter without taking consent. In fact, the video quickly went viral. It allegedly also has Deepika saying, "Stop filming my child." But despite that, this video was not just filmed, it was also uploaded by one of the fans of Deepika. Immediately, that video had gone viral on social media. In the viral clip, Dua was seen sitting on Deepika's lap. Of course, we are not showing you that picture, but her face in that picture and that video was very clearly visible from the first time. Now, this has sparked off outrage with netizens who have slammed the one who shot it and requesting people to not share it. As per the reports, Deepika Padukone also had sternly asked the person to stop recording, but to no avail. It not only was recorded, it was also posted online. So, till now, interestingly, the paparazzi have respected the B-Town's heartthrob's request to not film their child Dua. But this video had made the picture of Deepika's child public. And remember, she's barely a year old. This breach of privacy by the one who uploaded this video has left netizens fuming over this person. Some even called it morally incorrect. In fact, some even said that this looks like a rerun of the Virat Anushka episode. In fact, they remember had become parents for the first time. This was in 2021, and they are the ones who actually started this trend that we have seen in celebrity couples in ensuring the privacy of their children. In 2021, Virat and Anushka, during one of Virat's matches in South Africa of 2022, their daughter's photograph had gone viral at that time. But before that, they had very categorically said that we have a daughter, but we do not want her face to be revealed. But this was the time when their daughter's photo had gone viral. The couple then had requested everyone to not click or post any pictures of their daughter. The argument, in fact, from the other side was that Anushka was the one who brought the child into the public event. So she knew that there would have been cameras which would follow her. This is what the paparazzi had said on their behalf. But still, are they doing everything possible to keep their daughter away from the spotlight is what they have been asking. However, this is just one of the many cases. In fact, we also saw how Virat Kohli himself had come out and specifically stopped Australian media from taking pictures when he was there with his family. In fact, here's what they have said about keeping their children away from the Paps. This is what Anushka and Virat Kohli had once put out on their social media posts. They said, "We seek privacy for our child." They went on to say, "We want our daughter to live freely and go wherever she wants, want her to be away from media and social media," is what they had said. "Can't restrict the movement once she grows up, but till she grows up, your support is needed." So this is the appeal which had gone. They also said, "Kindly practice restraint in taking pictures of their child." So that was the appeal which came in from Virat Kohli. This was a few years back. However, right after that, in 2024, just last year, Virat Kohli got very angry and he told the Paps that he needed privacy when he was with his children. This had happened in Australia, where he lashed out at the paparazzi in Australia. Watch what he had to say about respecting his personal space, his privacy. Not just his privacy, the privacy of his family. Well, similarly, Alia and Ranveer have been extremely protective of their daughter's pictures on social media. In fact, they've often urged the media not to post any unauthorized images of their daughter, Raha. They have kept her safely in mind. Alia Bhatt has even said that her worst nightmare is someone breaking in and taking Raha away from her. These are fears which emerge because of constant focus on them and the curiosity about their lives, not just the lives of the celebrities, but the lives of their children as well. Remember Alia Bhatt? In February last year, too, had publicly called out paparazzi for invading her privacy and clicking pictures of her in her own house. That was a very unfortunate incident which had happened. In fact, these were the pictures. She put out a post as well, and this, she very categorically said, had happened without her consent. What did Alia Bhatt say at that time? We are going to tell you. She had said, put out this post of this picture, and she said, all lines were being crossed today. They posted pictures of our daughter despite repeated requests, is what Anushka had also come out and said, slamming the paparazzi who had actually gone to the building opposite Alia Bhatt, had used a telephoto lens to zoom in and picture her while she was enjoying her afternoon. Understandably, a complete invasion of her privacy, because this, remember, was not a film release or a music release or somewhere that they had committed to be. She was at her home. Now you had another voice coming in from Bollywood. You also had Karan Johar coming out in defense of Alia Bhatt, saying this isn't about celebrities, it is basic human right. This is the right to privacy. In fact, that brings us to the question, what should celebrities do? The celebrities who are also parents, are there going to be laws enough to protect their kids? Let's tell you what the existing laws are. Remember, you have the right to privacy. In 2017, the Supreme Court has said the right of privacy is a fundamental right. It is unalienable to each and every citizen of India. Then you also have the Digital Personal Data Protection Act, which was enacted in 2023, which said that children which is under 18 years of age are a sensitive category. It requires parental consent to process children's data or any data regarding the child online, and says it prohibits the targeting of these children via tracking or monitoring of any kind. Also, there's the Juvenile Justice Act of 2015, which under Section 74 bars the media too from sharing identity and any details of children. This essentially means their photographs, their address, their face, anything for anyone who may be at risk or any child who is at conflict with law. But are these going to be enough for celebrity kids? Because they are, after all, not children who are in conflict of law, but they are children who've been thrust into the limelight simply because of who their parents are. So let's go across to our panelists. Joining us today, we have Abha Singh, lawyer and an activist. Avantika Shetty is also joining us, an actor. Abha Singh, I'm going to come to you first. Do you think that the laws are enough? Do we need sterner laws? Because we do have large umbrellas of law which talk about privacy, but this is a different kind of privacy that we are talking about. Children being harassed because of their parents.
You're very right. In fact, you have so eloquently laid out all the laws, be it in the Juvenile Act or in the other acts, but very true, a minor pictures cannot be taken without the consent of the parents. But in spite of that, because of invasion of social media, we can see how pictures are being taken, and you have the parents protesting. I think Deepika Padukone is very much in her right when she says she doesn't want her daughter's picture to be put all over. So the issue is we have enough laws, because Article 21 itself says privacy right is defined under that right to live with dignity, and dignity means that I'm not photographed here and there and my pictures are not slapped all over. So the laws are there, but the only thing is accountability is not there. What is the punishment? If somebody is forcing, then you go lodge an FIR or you go to the court, you file a civil suit. That takes years. So if we fix quick accountability, quick responsibility, then only this media following and for taking photographs would stop. So laws are there, but how to execute them, how to make people responsible? Because I think we know our rights, but we don't know our duties. You know, for rights you go to court, but to perform your duties, they are not executable. So I think that is the reason why everybody has a problem, and you have Anushka and Virat Kohli migrating to London to give their children a normal life.
That's unfortunate, really, when people are being forced to leave their own homes, leave their own countries, just to ensure privacy for their own child. But Avantika Shetty, there are those, and there is a lot of chatter over this. Such has been the invasion of social media that for likes and for posts and for followers, the paparazzi, and this is also linked to their income, are literally ready to do anything. And now, something which would have been within the realm for only the Paps, now it's also extended to the fans. Fans are the ones, in this case for Deepika, for example, who have violated the privacy. Is this the price of popularity, Avantika?
See, as much we don't like it, I think it comes with your job, because celebrities are popular and they become popular because of their fans, and how much ever you want to avoid it, this is something which is unavoidable, because everybody has a camera phone with them and you do not know, people will not come on your face to shoot you. There can be hidden cameras and they can do it. Unfortunately, it is true. People know that you shouldn't be doing it, yet they do it. And it is but obvious for parents to be so protective about their children. But with celebrities, they have to pay the price of being celebrities, unfortunately.
Is that it, Abha Singh? Celebrities at the end of it will have to pay the price for being celebrities, because at the end of it, they have chosen this line. And when they entered this industry, they knew that privacy is going to be an issue. But where do we draw that line?
Absolutely, in fact, taking pictures in a public place is no offense. If we have voyeurism, or we have 66E of the IT Act, which says if only when you take pictures in a private area or in doing a private something, then it's an offense. So I think that is what the advantage is taken up by the photographers and all, and they start taking pictures because nobody can be put behind bars for taking a picture, be it of my child or your child, in a public space. So that is something which is not an offense. So, I think we really need to draw the line somewhere. It has to be, the laws are there, but taking pictures is not an offense. So paparazzi, we are making them popular.
So at an airport, for example, Abha Singh, at an airport where Deepika was photographed with her child.
Airport is a public place. I can take a picture. In fact, there are a lot of Bollywood stars whose PR people. If you see the release, their PR only gives out the information. At this hour, they will be standing outside the airport. In fact, Deepika Padukone's PR would have also sent it. So you want your picture to be taken, but you want the child to be avoided. That I can understand. But that is a collateral damage for your publicity, because if you want...
That's an interesting point. Let me take that across to Avantika. Avantika, stars are known to tip off the Paps. Of course, there are times when they are uncomfortable with their presence, but quite often we have seen that they have tipped off the Paps that they are going to be at such and such airport, exiting at such and such time. I'm not saying it is the case which happened with Deepika Padukone, but there are others, and perhaps which is why these lines get blurred, Avantika, because the paparazzi don't know where that line is.
Absolutely, but this is not just limited to paparazzis, because you remember with the Alia, Bhatt and Ranveer, they addressed the Paps and they made it very clear that for such and such period we do not want you guys to photograph our kid, and there was a mutual understanding, and the Paps respected that. So this thing is not just limited to Paps. This was some random fan who photographed the baby and put it on social media. So how do you stop that? That is impossible to track, right? Now Deepika figured out one person filming the baby. There must be other people also who managed to film the baby. But this is something which is very difficult to manage, or unavoidable actually.
This is hard to manage, and as even Abha Singh, the lawyer, has told us that there are no specific laws in a public space which deals with celebrity kids and how they are being pushed into the spotlight. Well, we leave it there. Thank you so much, Abha Singh, as well as Avantika Shetty, for joining us.